Now, here we go.
Right,
Hey,
man. Sorry, mate. I pressed the X button. I thought something happened. So I
mate. The
pressed the
good
X
news is
button.
I've noticed that now you've had a shave, you look a lot younger.
You know, I look back
So I'm going to try
25
and do
again.
that myself, mate, because we're
You
stuck
know
here
what?
in isolation.
I think the last time. When was the last time you had a shave?
Oh,
Like
mate, this yesterday morning. You know, us real men. This is how we grow our stubble. Do you know what I mean?
that. That is going back again that quick. How you
How
keep your
you been?
family
How's
well?
life treating you? What's happening? I know you. Listen, you love to be on your travels as much as me. You're always
Um,
flying around here, there, and everywhere. What's it been like for
yeah,
you? I know
it's been
getting to
it's been
spend a
quite
bit more
hard.
time with the kids.
Yeah, it's been quite hard, but to be honest with you, I think it's a good thing as well because I've got to spend quality time with my family, my wife, my kids, obviously newborn baby as well. So, and you know, I'm spending more quality time with them at home, taking them out in the garden, you know, do some exercises with them. See, I got two plots in my house where I've got another annex, so I can walk across there. Sometimes I can get my alone time there, make my phone calls and have my little chills. But overall, I mean, you do get bored.
Mm.
I want to hit the gym properly. Like I've got a little gym at the house, but I want to hit a proper gym so that way I could do a proper workout. You know, hit some bags, do some shadow boxing, and look myself in the mirror and stuff like that while I'm shadow boxing. But it's hard, you know, and I can just imagine there's a lot of people are probably watching this, but they must be getting so frustrated at home. But you have to stay strong through this period of time now where we have to stick together. And I think it's great what you're doing here, Eddie. Doing one of
Well,
these is going
we're
to help
just trying to
people.
keep, we're just trying to keep people with content, keep people talking about boxing. What's your advice, Amy? You've done everything in boxing, but to the younger fighters right now, you know, we know that boxing can save lives. It can keep you
Mm,
disciplined, give you that regimental lifestyle.
yeah,
But obviously, some people now they don't have the camaraderie of a camp. They don't have the time to go in
yeah.
and. But now more than any time, try and close the gap on the fighters above you, and try
Yeah,
and improve
definitely.
yourself somehow.
Yeah, that's it. And the best way of doing that, you know, for me, the best thing was to move away. Sometimes being around your comfort zone, being in the UK for me was a little bit difficult. A lot of people knew who I was. My friends were always over at the gym. You want to impress them. You're not learning things. And, you know, whereas when I went to America, I was away from everyone. I was isolated in a training camp on my own with just my gym mates. Everything around that camp was about boxing, and I was watching fights and watching things. And, you know, whereas you're away from all the distractions. And I think that's where a lot of the young guys have to do now. They have to kind of lock themselves away because look, nowadays we have all this Instagram, Twitter, and everything. And I think it can take your eye off the game sometimes. If you start reading the comments of people, don't let that get to you as well, because sometimes that can put you right down.
Mm.
And I think with these up and coming fighters, they need to stay a little bit more focused on the boxing. Forget what people are saying, because I've been one of them fighters where if I let people, all the shit I get and all those things I've read about myself, if I let that get to me, it would have destroyed me. But don't ever let those things get to you, because you know what? It's only going to put you down.
I've seen you get loads of stick. Listen, so do I on social media as well. Do you not read? Have you stopped reading it now? Are you a case where
No, I
because
do read it.
I
Look, you do read it. You probably read it as well, Eddie. You know,
I
it's
do
one
read
of the
it,
things
yeah, but
we do read it.
it's different. It's different for me because the fans are my
Yeah,
customers, right?
yeah, yeah.
They're also your customers, but really you're a fighter,
Mm,
so you're your own
mm,
man, and you're in
yeah,
the toughest job of all. So
yeah,
really, I feel worse for fighters getting stick because listen, I'm just a chubby geezer who goes to the office. You're putting in the miles, you're putting in the hard
yeah.
spars, you're putting in the runs, you're
And people
dedicating your
don't
life to
realize
the sport.
that.
No, I know.
And I think that's what people need to realize. Look how hard we work. Like you might fight, you might win some, you lose some, but you know there's the work that we've put in 10 weeks of training camp, away from your family, away from your friends, and you're literally waking up in the early hours in the morning, going for a run. You come back home, you sleep again, you eat, and then you train again. I mean, it's hard, man. It's not easy, and still to get stick for that. And you think, you know, if people knew my life really, they think you live this lavish life and everything, but when you're in training camp, it's not a lavish life, man. I mean, even yourself, Eddie, you probably travel all around the world, not because you like traveling. People probably think you're traveling because you love it, but no, it's work. You know,
Mm,
you travel for work.
sure. Well, listen, one thing we're not doing at the moment is traveling. So
That's it.
I saw a really interesting article yesterday. I think it was
Yeah.
Boxing Scene or something like that, talking about your future, you know, and
Mm,
talking about the fact that you don't know what's next or when's next or if there is anything next. And that was something
exactly.
that sort of grabbed me from the article, that you're not guaranteeing right now that you're not done in the
Yeah,
sport.
I'm
You know,
not I'm not done yet. No, no. I still have a couple of fights left in me, one or two at least. I just feel that I've been in the game a very long time. I've had almost 40 fights, I've had 39 fights, and I've had a brilliant career, and I love the sport to bits. But I think there's gonna come a day where I want to do other things as well, because it's hard for me to do my charity work and do all my appearance stuff and travel the world, because on back of my mind there's always boxing. I've always got boxing back in my mind. I can't really chill out properly. But till I say I'm done from boxing, then I can feel free. Then I can feel like I can do whatever I want. But at this moment in time, I still want to fight, and we just don't know how long this coronavirus is gonna last. Is it gonna last a year?
It sits quite well with you though. Like when we talk about your break with Ramadan, that's something that's always been sometimes difficult to schedule your fights around. But actually, this might actually work in the benefit of you, because no one is going to be fighting during that period.
So really, for me to get, hopefully, if after Ramadan, once Ramadan's over, end of summer, maybe that's when they'll allow sports happening again, and hopefully then I can start my training camp. So in a way, I think it's a setback for everyone. Normally, every year I had a setback because of Ramadan. I have to stop training. I miss a big payday. I miss out a fight. But still, I think sometimes having a bit of a break, I think this break might do a lot of good for a lot of people, because it'll give them a chance to kind of realize where they want to be, what they want to do in the life, in their career. And also, I think it'll be good in a way where give their body a rest as well. Being in the gym every day, sometimes you don't need that. I know a lot of young fighters who are always 24/7 in the gym, training their ass off. You don't need to be in the gym every day. You need a break as well, man.
You know what? One thing I just want to talk about is sparring, because there's been a lot of people talking lately about sparring and the effects that hard sparring can have on. And there's a kind of school of thought now. The old school of thought is the hard spars are absolutely integral to the training camp. And the kind of like the new thought is maybe you shouldn't have too many tough spars. Where do you stand on sparring? You've been around, you've been in so many different camps. What's your advice?
Every coach is different. Yeah, every coach is different. I work with all the coaches from Freddie Roach. So Freddie Roach is a coach that likes hard sparring. And literally a week just before the fight, you stop. So your last spar is on the Monday and you fight on the Saturday. So anything can happen then. You can get caught, you're losing weight, your skin's a little bit thinner. But I think with sparring, see, every time I was in the wild card, it was always a war. I was sparring guys like Povetnikov and all the top elite Russian fighters. They were all there. And everyone wants to knock your head off. I was even sparring Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao wasn't going easy. It was a full-on hard spar. We were head-to-head and toe-to-toe. But I just feel that it does take a lot out of you. See, when I had that fight against Peterson, I just felt gassed out, man. I think I'd left it all in the gym. And I think sometimes when you have too many hard spars, and this was 12 rounds after 12 rounds we were doing, sometimes doing too many rounds in the gym, you can leave it in the gym as well. So I think you might want to ease it off a little bit, take your foot off the gas. Sparring's about, getting the timing right. As soon as you got the timing right and you've got as I've got older, I've kind of realized it a little bit more. I think sparring around about 100, 150 rounds or 100 rounds for a training camp, for a fight, is probably enough. So I've done like 300 rounds of sparring, 400 rounds of sparring, and that's where I felt flat. So you don't want to leave in the gym.
We talk about Manny Pacquiao there. When you talk about your career now moving forward, you've achieved so much. Is it the facts of you want, the legends, you want the biggest events? I mean, people talk about Manny Pacquiao. There's a lot of messages coming in about your friend Kell Brook as well. People still want to see that fight. Is it just you want, if you come back to this sport now, it's got to be the biggest fights possible?
It has to be the biggest, definitely, man. I mean, it's what motivates me now. When you've made so much money in the game, you've done so well, you've won the world titles, what's going to motivate you? It's going to be the big fights, and obviously the big name fights. Now I think a Manny Pacquiao fight is huge. That'll be massive anywhere in the world, wherever it was. Then you've got other names, like you got Kell Brook. I think that's another massive fight in the UK. But obviously, what's the situation with that fight now? I know he's gone up to 154.
Yeah, he's sort of at 54, but he made it so easy last time. I believe he can still make 47. I still think it's a disadvantage for him at 47, as it was in the Errol Spence fight. I think it's quite an interesting situation, because I think that Liam Smith summed it up quite well, where he was sort of saying that the situation Liam Smith's in with Kell is a bit like Kell's in with you. Whereas you want to look, you're looking at Pacquiao. Everybody wants you to fight Kell Brook in the UK. Liam Smith wants to fight Kell Brook really bad at 54. Kell Brook wants to fight you or fights
Yeah, yeah,
Crawford.
makes sense.
You know, so it's like an interesting situation. But listen, for me, as we know, that you know, we're not going to go into it to a situation with Kell Brook. For me, to come back to that is a massive stadium fight. If he stays at
Yeah,
54,
definitely, man.
I do like the
Look,
Liam Smith. Where do you sit on Brook Liam Smith as a fight?
see, I sparred with Liam Smith when I was training for which fight was that one? I think that was for the Crawford fight. I think it was for the Crawford fight. I was sparring with Liam Smith, and you know, he's strong, comes forward. He's a very good fighter. His timing is amazing. Look, at 154, probably not one of the biggest hitters, but he is quite strong with his body pressure and his weight. You know, like to use his weight and put that pressure on you. I mean, him and Kell Brook would be a 50-50 fight. I mean, it would be a good fight. I think Kell's accuracy is very good. I think timing-wise, I think it'll be like a game of chess if they fought each other. It'll be a good fight.
Okay. Well, listen.
Would you ever make that happen?
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
Come
I
on,
still want
both
to
of
make.
you know, so.
Yeah, I still want to make you Kel, but we'll see where we get with that when we start
You
back.
wanna,
But listen,
yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, mate. We're going to
No,
move on
thank you,
to
Eddie.
another guest. Thanks for everything. Take care of yourself and your family, and
Thank
we'll
you very
speak
much,
soon.
man. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Take
Amir.
care.
Bye,
Bye,
mate.
bro. Bye.
Bye. Amir Khan, listen, love him or hate him, what he's done for the sport